Welcome to Broken Paddle Podcast. I'm Curtis. Let's introduce everybody.
Caimen.
Hey, Jack Burton.
Shane.
And the Pork Chop Express.
No.
All right. So,
Jack Burton's badass.
Jack Burton's a bad...
Jason Norris, but Jack Burton.
Yeah.
I'll take Jack
I
Burton.
didn't know if you wanted to say your full name or not.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
You know. But hey, well, basically we're here because we like to float. And we've been paddling. I was trying to figure this out. I've been trying to figure this out for a couple weeks now. Back when we started doing the broken paddle thing, there really wasn't. There was MySpace, I think.
Yeah.
But
Man, that's old.
yeah, well, yeah, it was back in the day with
Fuck you,
disposable cameras is all what we had. So, and those things weren't time stamped.
Right.
So I'm thinking it was around maybe 2009, 2010.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it's been around the 20 to 25 year mark
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, I grew up around in Batesville, and so I went to the Spring River a lot when I was younger, and but once we were in Morrilton, and once we were here, I didn't know of anything like it until I don't know, somebody just happened to tell me about the Buffalo one day, and I said, man, we gotta go. Me, Jason, and the invisible dirtbag, he's not here, decided we was going to go test it out, float, and then we did it. We loved it. And I think that first time when we were getting off the river, you said, man, it was you that said it. You said, man, I don't care what's going on in life. We have to do this every single year for as long as we can do it until we can't walk anymore. And that was it. But we weren't broken paddle until we did.
It was around 2015 when we became, I think, technically broken paddle, wasn't it?
It was that overnight trip.
The very first one.
I think so.
I don't remember the first overnight.
2015? No, I came along in 2012. So it had been before that.
Come on now, for
yeah.
real?
Yeah. Well, that was the Mulberry.
All
out
right,
there.
so it was
Really, in 2012 was the Mulberry?
Yeah, Katopa. Yeah, because I was working over bumper to bumper then.
So it was the first over. No, I don't remember the first overnight.
I know it flooded. We had Goof with us. It rained the whole way up there. And I
remember that.
I had a raft, and it was a good raft. It was a phenomenal
Yeah,
raft.
but you were 40 minutes behind everybody.
Yeah, it had really, really shitty paddles. And it stormed the entire time, and my paddle broke, and Goof's paddle broke, and we ended up with just a piece of paddle about that long each. And we were behind everybody, and it flooded. We woke up. It never quit raining the entire time. We woke up, and my tent was the only one that didn't flood. I looked over, and there's Norris and somebody else in your tent, and he was like, hey, man, did your tent flood? I said, no, man, we're dry. We looked over. Dennis is sitting in his tent, got his flap open. He was up higher than I was on the bank, sitting on a bucket, smoking a cigarette. You said, Dennis, hey, did your tent flood?
Yeah, put the cigarette out the tent. He was pissed.
He was so pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just sat on that bucket all night long. Our boat started flying, floating away in the middle of the night. Dirtbag and who was just him? He went swimming.
I think
and got our boats.
I think Dirtbag woke up because I was way too drunk. I passed out. And I slept good. I slept on like a 97-cent blow up what you use in a swimming pool.
Yeah, swimming pool. Yeah, I remember
So
that.
I slept fine. But Dirt, I guess, magically woke up in the middle of the night. I know we give Dirtbag like nothing but shit, but
He saves our
saved
ass.
us. He saves us every time, and we just give him nothing but shit.
Never fails. Yeah.
But yeah, he got up. We camped on something that was, I don't know, 30 yards wide, and woke up, and we was down to just like a yard or two. And Dirt's
Yeah.
like, yeah, I pulled all y'all's boats up in the woods so y'all didn't, so we could get out of here.
So we could leave, and we ended up being evacuated
yeah.
that time.
Yeah.
So, and that's going to be the common thread of this podcast is we're not the high end boat people.
Oh, now, whoa, whoa.
No, we're not.
He is not.
No, we are not.
I am.
No. We're not the high end boat people. We're not the whitewater guys. You know, there's plenty of other canoe clubs. You know, go check them out. in my opinion, we're the mid-level dirtbag crew. You know,
Speak for yourself.
no, yeah, you're right there. So, I mean, yeah.
You look good now, but you 20, bruh.
Yeah.
Give it 10 years,
Yeah.
man. You're going to look like me.
But every year we do different float trips. We do the May float, which this year is actually in June, but we do the guys only May float thing, and
Ain't no women, bro.
every year, and
women.
and then the weekend after school lets out, we do a schools out float for all the kids. We go to Spring River or somewhere near the 4th every year. We have several ones we do no matter what every year, kind of a thing. And we decided this year we're going to just hit some rivers that we've never floated before. That could be difficult and frustrating because you look on, say, the Mulberry, and you're like, well, okay, I don't know, I don't want to end up doing a 2-day float by accident. So where do we put in, take out? Well, you look at the 2 outfitters there, and it says, well, here's from this place to our place, from our place to this place. Each one of them do that. Don't really. So if you have your own gear and you don't want to deal with an outfitter, you're kind of in the dark, Or if we want to do the Ouachita this year, and there's information out there, but if you want to spend weeks looking at crap 2 or 3 hours a day, go for it. But I just thought there's no podcast unless you want to do fishing. So, why not? Just something, something else to listen to, I guess. Keep you from getting too bored at work. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll say this, that last night when you had me looking up the stuff for the Mulberry River, it was surprising how many times we've been there, and then you actually go to look up the stuff, and there's just nothing.
Nothing.
There's just a list of campgrounds that are operated by the National Forest Service and 2 outfitters. That's it. And you're lucky to have the address just for the campgrounds and access points. I mean, half of them didn't even have that.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, or it'd be just coordinates, and it's just a mess.
Was it Campbell Cemetery is listed just unnamed road? It's like,
Yeah.
gee, thanks. That helps.
Appreciate it.
Same thing on YouTube as well. And there's nothing on
Oh, yeah. If you want to like Ouachita, because we're planning on doing Ouachita out near Odin this year for an overnight float, and I was just trying to get general information about that. On YouTube, there's plenty of videos of watching people cook breakfast, on the side of the river.
Damn water.
Yeah,
Give a shit about them cooking breakfast.
oh, here's here's
Hey,
a
I
fish
caught
I
a fish.
caught.
Hell, I can cook
Here's my fish, and here's what I cooked. Well, okay, thanks. Cool video. And I mean, ours aren't much different. Or the ones that it's just us having a good time, not thinking like somebody may watch this wanting to know just information of what to do, because the amount of people that go out to the Buffalo every year thinking the damn thing goes in a circle and get stranded out there, or
So on that same note, just a little small story. Me and a buddy of mine went out to the Buffalo River one year, and he had some little girlfriend of his that wanted to go check out different places to go, and we had our kayaks with us, and it was, I think it was just hardly any rain that year, and so we was looking for places to go take the kayaks to, and then she, being the brilliant genius that she was, she took us to Pruitt's. Right? Yeah, think about that.
Yeah.
Think about what happens at Pruitt's if you let a kayak out there.
Right.
Yes, so we went out to Pruitt's and we're like, well, we can't kayak here because there's no water. Come to find out, about a year later when we were searching that overnight trip, if you would have got on the Pruitt's, you're not back off the water for another 2 years. No one knows that.
Yeah. Yeah, there's
Or 2 days. I mean,
Rush.
2
2
days.
years, that's all.
Yeah.
You mean
My
right off the river.
God,
2
this
days.
motherfucker
2
said
days.
kayak.
Was you
huh?
thinking Rush when you were saying that, or are you talking about
No,
Pruitt's?
Rush. You're right.
Okay,
Rush.
Pruitt's is on the upper Buffalo.
No,
There's
Rush.
plenty of-
I'm thinking Rush.
Yeah, Rush.
Right,
Come
Rush.
on, man.
And that happens a lot.
Right, yeah, you get off of Rush and it's like 2 days until Buffalo City, and you're screwed if
Yeah.
you leave Rush.
Yeah, I got a 6-pack of beer and some crackers. We're gonna do a little float, and you're stuck with nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's like, "Hey, let's go kayak and Rush." She was like, "Yeah, if we would have listened to her, we'd have been Buffalo City starving, and 3 days later,
yeah.
And you could have got killed by racists.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean there was on the 40,000 acre refuge there was a cult called the Dragons of God.
What?
This is new news to me.
So the Dragons of God, I want to say it was the 80s, early 90s. They were a big Aryan nation brotherhood type deal. Killed a bunch of people, man. They were connected to the Church of God out of Iowa, Ohio. Real bad, like rape. It was terrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were kind of centered. If I'm not mistaken, the Dragons of God were centered somewhere in that Buffalo National, that 40,000 acre refuge.
They're not there no more.
Well, they probably are. There's probably still some remnants, but yeah, I think the main ones the
And
ATF
wheelchairs?
broke them up.
They reproduce. Nothing reproduces
With each
better
other.
than a daggum
I'm pretty
Aryan
sure
brotherhood.
I'm pretty sure they were tied in with Timothy McVeigh also.
That's a rabbit hole to go down.
So there's a book anyway. If anybody's interested, there's a book called Dragons of God. You can pick it up $4 or $5 paperback. Really good read. If you like Arkansas, Buffalo, or racism, it's pretty good read. But anyway, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No. That's I mean, there's
What,
also.
man? The fuck you laugh? What, bro? What the fuck's so funny, man? I don't know why everybody.
I have no idea.
Yeah, man.
There's also the canoeing Ozarks. Is that what it was called?
Canoe. Oh, you talking about the book about whitewater? About the kayak?
Yeah, there's the whitewater one, and there was one that was older. That was it was like kayaking the Ozarks or something to that effect. I've had 3 different copies. I lose them. I just like, I'm taking this to work with me, and I'm going to read it whenever I'm. Where did it go? I don't read. I'm from Arkansas. I don't read well.
I don't read good. I'm from Alabama.
I went to school. I went to school, South Conway County. Math and reading ain't my good.
I read at an ethical level college. But the only thing I got from that book is the Mulberry River. If you've ever gone and you kayak at one time and you think, hey man, I love the Mulberry, and then you go back and it's gone up or down a foot, it's not like the Buffalo River. It is a completely different river depending on how high it is.
It flows the different direction.
Yeah, there'll be different I mean, it's gnarly. Like I've kayaked for 20 something years. The only river that I've ever had a weird encounter on was the Mulberry.
Yeah.
Almost drowned.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, we'll save that for the next one.
Yeah, but I mean, if you kayak long enough, you're going to get into bad situations. But the Mulberry is definitely a dangerous river because it looks fine. It looks like it's just slow moving water, when you look at it, but you get on it and you're fucking gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a strange one too because like a lot of these other rivers, like the Buffalo, you can kind of do something with it year round, but the Mulberry just disappears after midway June, July.
Yeah.
Yeah, a good buddy of mine went out there.
Actually, I have that. Yeah.
Yeah, he had his bachelor party scheduled for July, and I told him, man, that's not a good idea. And we was on that one Airbnb that's on the river, and he's like, yeah, we're gonna go kayak in Mulberry.
No.
It's just gone.
No.
It's just gone.
It
It's
is.
rocks.
Well, I'd like to keep this one about the buffalo, and then we'll say the next episode we'll go over the mulberry. That's kind of what I'm thinking. We'll keep this train a rolling, talking about different rivers and sections and whatnot in different episodes. There's no way you could do an entire episode of the entire buffalo in one episode. I mean, or it just might as well be listening to NPR, for 2 hours.
Hey, I am
pass.
Diane Ream. This is the Diane Ream show. I don't know if y'all know Diane Ream, man.
I do.
I love the bitch.
have
I
no
love the
idea.
bitch, but that's how she talks. You ever heard her?
That's NPR, right?
Diane. Anyway, my bad.
But I mean, just the general basic information for people that are just like either new to floating or haven't been to the Buffalo before.
Right.
And whenever we bring a lot of first timers when we do the schools out float, that's our time. We borrow boats from everybody we know, and we get our kids as friends and their families, and just get a whole bunch of people that's never been on the river before. Come on, join us. And so there's a big spiel we give every one of them over and over and over, and that people don't realize. One of the main things I tell everybody: don't wear flip-flops. No flip-flops. You need some water shoes, preferably like thick sole ones, because them rocks hurt. Unless you're like Dirtbag and you got some Flintstone feet, you know, you're screwed. This guy didn't listen to me. Yeah, every year almost. But no, the first time I took you, I said, we got you water shoes. Like, wear your water shoes, wear your water shoes. He took them off, went across the river, was going to jump off a rock, ripped your toenail off.
Yep.
Feet got fucked up. He lost 3 toes. he's got 2 toes on 1 foot now because of that bullshit.
And I sat on the other side of the river and Dad. He just sat there and stared at me.
Right.
He don't give a fuck.
I did not
He
swim
don't
over
give
there.
a fuck.
And come on back, man.
Yeah, no,
Get in the
no.
boat.
I definitely didn't swim over there, carry you back to Buffalo Point, and up that big ass hill.
He had to carry
Yeah,
you,
that
man?
didn't
I was
happen.
in so much pain.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
That's
He,
soft.
it was a
bro.
long time ago. He wasn't nowhere near
You
as big
saw
as he
how
is
old were
now.
you?
10.
That's soft, man.
Oh,
You soft,
I
bro.
lost my fucking
Why you gotta be so soft, man?
Yeah, I listen
just
to that
play it,
same
bro.
spiel every year for like 5 years and wore flip flops every year and
Yeah.
regretted it every year.
Yeah, we always, every time anybody goes with us and they wear flip flops come off in the water and they can't stand up because it's just rocks, you know.
Yeah.
They're
Slick
like,
rocks.
"Ah!" You know.
Yep.
But that's the first thing I tell folks.
They come off immediately as soon as you get in the water.
Yeah.
I'd rather go barefoot than
Oh.
wear flip flops.
Oh.
No, I mean than wearing flip flops. You're better off just going barefoot.
Yeah, yeah, really, because you're sitting there fumbling all around yourself.
Yeah.
Trying to just do something with them on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rule number 1: no flip flops.
No flip flops. And rule number 2:
No glass.
no glass. Oh, that's the big one. That's a big one. Yes, we are the dickheads on the river, but we are no longer the dickheads on the river that get tickets and get in trouble and get hauled off to jail. but
Hey, man.
but hey, you know
Why you got to bring up old shit?
the thing is the thing is that
my
that's
bad, man.
that's why we're
I get
here
a
is to
little
like, hey, we did everything wrong. So like, that's, you know, you're gonna meet folks that just you know, folks from like Arkansas Canoe Club, that they're all about whitewater and they're all about, you know, they're just,
Thousands of dollars of equipment.
yeah, I mean, they're nice people. It's a great club. I don't think I'm a member anymore, but I still follow them. They do events. They do great things. We're below them. You know, I don't feel comfortable. I had a great time. We went and
I
I did
don't
the
know about-
jousting.
I would say we're above them.
Well,
we definitely have more fun than
We have a lot of
that's-
fun.
You know,
I'm
you're
glad
not
they
going to
don't.
see us. You're not going to see us show up in North Face jackets and beanies and worrying about what we look like. We're going to show up.
I
We're
don't-
going to have a good time and party our ass off.
I wouldn't say.
I'm
that.
not saying
I'm-
that they do that also.
It's just different.
It's
we're
just a
we're
completely
just
different vibe.
A lot more recreational.
We're more
than
redneck.
hobbies.
Yeah, we're
Kind of
just
more redneckish. I
Yeah.
guess.
redneck
I mean,
wreck boats is
yeah,
what we
yeah.
are. I mean, and and what they do is fantastic. They got the whitewater school paddling that's going on this weekend.
They do river cleanups too, man.
They do
which is
river
amazing.
cleanups. They had Eric Jackson is in Arkansas right
I don't know who
now
that is.
because they
Oh,
did
Jackson Kayaks.
some big thing yesterday, you know, and they do
Yeah, no, they do.
the river school of paddling on the Spring River. I'm not sure when that is. I'll find out though. But I mean, anybody's welcome to come and hook up with any of our floats that we do, hang out. But go join those guys too. It's great. I mean, you will learn a lot. You're going to learn from us what not to do because we do it wrong most of the time. We carry speakers on the river, but we don't have them up where everybody can hear them. I have to have a speaker. I'm a metal guy. I like reggae. I like metal. I like, you know, hip hop, old school stuff. You're not gonna hear.
Oh, there's nothing
I-
worse than going down a river and hearing Rascal Flats from a half a mile away.
Oh yeah.
Screw those guys.
Yeah, just, you know.
I
eat a
drowned
dick.
somebody on the river one time because they were playing Rascal Flatts.
He lives.
I drowned him. I spent fucking 10 years in jail. Man. What are you talking about? Fucking
Yeah.
hate Rascal Flats.
So yeah,
take the rain on the river. Fuck that, man.
water bags, water dry proof bags are a must.
Yep.
Keep your phone and your key. Don't take your keys with you. Don't take your keys. Don't,
Rule number 3: leave your keys in the damn car.
but the car that you're gonna at the takeout, don't leave them at the car
That probably
or at
needs to-
camp.
that probably needs to be rule number 1. Don't take your keys in your damn kayak.
Yeah, because a lot of folks lost a lot of keys
I lose the phone every year.
every year.
Every year.
Hey, I lost my
It sucks.
I lost my phone in his kayak
Oh yeah,
in a dry bag and didn't find it until like 3 months later.
I've never
the
lost a
SS
phone.
minnow bucket. I remember that day.
You know why I never lost a
It was
phone?
a year later
'Cause I don't bring it on the fucking water. Who in the fuck wants to bring a cell phone on the water?
to play the music, take
Look at-
pictures.
Man, come on, man.
Take
You out there in
pictures.
nature, man.
Take
Yeah.
pictures and whatever.
Yeah,
Look how
That's why I
adventurous
never
I
lost
am.
no phone,
Click.
yeah. Hey, well,
Yeah, I lost my keys, my wallet, my phone, and I got it all mailed back to me
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was cool. The dude
Yeah.
found it.
the guy from Texas.
from Texas.
Yeah. Folks on the Buffalo are the best. The people that
Yeah.
float on the Buffalo, absolute best. You know.
Salt of the earth.
Yeah, for real. I mean, everybody's super helpful and really nice. All the outfitters. Who's your favorite outfitter on the
Me?
Buffalo? Yeah,
Or-
Yeah. Myself. Because
Nah,
it's cheaper.
well, they're not an outfitter. That's a campground. But yeah,
my favorite outfitter in you said on the Buffalo.
like where you, where
Probably
you,
Buffalo River outfitters.
they're the ones.
No. Moors, not Moors, because they're on the.
They're on long.
What's the southern one right there by Rush?
Durst?
Durst is my favorite.
Yeah, you know that guy died.
So then he's no
years
longer my
ago.
favorite. And then go back to being Buffalo River outfitters.
Man, I
didn't
mean,
know he died.
everybody there was so amazing, but
That's some cats
yeah,
out there in Jasper that has all them red boats that are up and down the river all the time, isn't it?
Buffalo River Outfitters is more to the south. I think it's a little bit north of Maumee. And then I used to like Durst, which is right by Buffalo Point.
yeah.
But if he's
And
dead,
you got Wild Bills, and they're great.
I like Wild Bills.
Yeah, and then you got Sylvan Hills Canoe Rental or Silver Hills. You got two right there on 65. I mean, I would say Durst was probably my favorite outfitter because them people they were that was our people.
yeah.
They loved us. They said we were the loudest group that they had ever had. The first kayak I ever owned, I dug up out of the dirt behind one of those cabins out there, and that old man, they said that he'd never sold a boat to anybody. This thing was buried, and that was my first kayak because we had canoes at the time, but we were like, oh man, we need some tomatoes or onions or something. Went across the street. They said, hey, don't worry, sugar. Watch the register for me. I'll be right back. Went home and brought us some stuff from their house. Come back. Said, y'all like moonshine? Whoop, pulled a jug of moonshine out from behind the counter, and we all was drinking moonshine with the people that run the place. It was fantastic, and they loved us. Worst one is gone. Is also gone. That motel there in Jasper.
Motel in
I can't
Jazz.
remember their name. We went there. They were so nasty to us. They were nasty to everybody. It's a little old lady.
I think I remember this one.
Yeah, they were so awful. But
Is
yeah,
that when the hot tub and all that?
no. It was me and my wife and a friend of ours that went on that trip. But no, the hot tub was Kyle's Landing. They were.
That's
cool.
right. That's right.
They were cool.
Yeah, I like Kyle's Landing. That was
Kyle's Landing's great.
I'll tell this story about Durst real quick.
Yeah, well, of course.
So the very first time we ever pull up to Durst, I'd never been up there. I don't think any of us had. And I wouldn't say we was sketched out, but I mean, it was kind of off in the middle of nowhere compared to where we usually go. I remember pulling up to the store, and there was this is 20 years ago. I wasn't married. There was a chick in these short lime green shorts and green cowboy boots with a snotty ass baby on her left hip, drinking a bottle of Smirnoff vodka straight about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And the guy sitting with her had one eye looking far to the right and one eye looking far to the left, like he was trying to keep track of the political parties. And I thought, man, this is where the fuck I'm at. This is where we need
home,
to be
boys.
at.
I'm
am fucking home, man. Fucking
Yeah.
anyway. Little short story about the guy that he came over and he wanted to play washers. I said, "Fuck no, he's not on my team."
Okay.
He threw a ringer every time. I don't know how.
Yeah.
I do not know how, but every time he said, "I ain't never played this shit." Eyes looking way over here,
He's dialed in.
like
Oh,
goat
man.
eyes or some shit.
So that guy,
He never even hit the board.
yeah.
Like he was using Jedi mind tricks and shit. I know he couldn't see it. There's no way he could see it. How the fuck your pupils over here and one over here? And he's throwing a perfect fucking ringer every time. Anyway,
What did we call him?
cross-eyed.
No. He's got a character on the wrestling team.
That ain't. Well, I don't know. His buddy was Sleazy Pete,
Sleazy Pete. That's
but
right.
that was his buddy. That was
That's
his
right.
skeezy ass buddy.
Sleazy Pete.
Oh, sleeves.
So we do a thing also every once a year, I guess. When we get together for the May float, we got built a bunch of wrestling characters that look exactly like us, and we set them all up. And it's people that we've come across over the years on our kayaking adventures or whatever you want to say. Sleazy Pete's on there. Everybody here's got one. We got tag team people and all that. And we just throw that sucker on, put everybody as a computer, and we watch them fight. We sit back and we have beverages, and somebody gets the heavyweight champion 3 years in a row.
Which is always his
That's
fucking
me.
son.
No,
Damn right.
that's
And he's the one that does the programming for the fighting, and his son
Stats
always
jacked.
wins. So,
Wait, no.
yeah. I don't know how the belt's always at his fucking house. Get the fuck. You know what I mean? Like,
At
come
his
on.
house?
At y'all's house. You set it up. This motherfucker's your son.
Well, he was a tag team champ,
Yeah. Hey.
but
Come on.
no. And then he's the hardcore champ. Yeah. But you lost the tag team belt last time, did you not?
Yeah, I did.
I ain't never won
You lower
shit.
my damn stats. That's why.
I didn't touch those stats.
He had his stats raised so high that you couldn't beat his ass.
Yeah, no.
And I called him out immediately. I said, "This is bullshit. This is some bullshit."
Well, get better.
Yeah, obviously I had Norris on my tag team and he helped none. My guy would run over and try to tag him and he would just jump down off the apron and just look. Yeah.
That's
Like,
not how I recall it.
it's a lot of fun. But Sleazy Pete's one of them, and that guy, Did
Did you ever get that dude from what was it? Washita out there in Malvern? It's going down. We gonna fight.
I think I did.
Yeah.
I think I did. That's another spot that's Rimble to Rockport there in
Rimble
Malvern.
Rockport, yep.
Yeah, when there's no water anywhere, and in the summertime you can't go float to Buffalo or wherever you want to go. You can go there because they open up Lake Catherine on Fridays and Saturdays or Saturdays and Sundays.
Yeah, I think around noon, ain't it?
Somewhere like around noon they open it up. They flood the thing, and it's a nice little 5-mile float. I think I'll have to look that up later, but it's a real nice float. But there for a while it got kind of rough with just a lot of rednecks out there drinking a little too much and wanting to fight.
It's going down. We
Me
gonna
and
fight.
you on a little attitude. Me and you, we gonna fight. Yeah. So I hadn't been there in a few years either.
It's fun to people watch
Damn, I was
as long as you're not.
I spaced out, man.
Yeah.
I was thinking about the buffalo.
It's funny. That dude never actually fought anybody. He just said he was gonna.
He just hollered at everybody.
What are you talking about?
They
Somebody
couldn't
who's
even-
gonna fight?
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
I haven't been to Rimble Down. So
It's a fun float. It is. It really is. But yeah, there was. And I think they've cleaned it up since then. I do believe. I know what the Arkansas Canoe Club does, like events out there. Where they do all kinds of cool tricks and
We go
stuff
back
at
out
the
there
end.
sometime. I ain't been that one in a long
Yeah,
time.
yeah. I definitely want to go back out there soon. But we go Upper Buffalo is my absolute favorite spot. To me it's the absolute prettiest. You got what is it? Is it Pruitt to Punk at Kyle's Landing?
Sponka Low Water Bridge, yeah, is the kind of the official start. There is a There is like a 5 or 10 mile run above Ponca called the Hailstone.
Oh, here it is.
It's either the Hailstone or the Hailstorm. I think it's the Hailstone, and it's pretty serious. I think it gets up to like a class
Sheesh.
4,
Sheesh.
Yeah.
but it's real narrow, and I mean you've got to know what you're doing.
It's gorgeous up there on that part of the river, though.
I'd definitely say Ponca to Kyle's Landing is my favorite because you got the Hemden Hollow Falls.
You got Hemden Hollow. You've got a real nice bluff on the left. Right after you leave Ponca Low Water Bridge, you'll go around a dog leg to the right, and you're kind of going straight. And there's this nice sheer rock cliff, and on the very top, there's an old chimney, like a house used to be there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Oh, Homestead.
And then right after Kyle's Landing, between Kyle's Landing and Orr, the old Boy Scout camp, because we actually camped there on some horse trails, there's a nice like bluff that you can walk up and it kind of comes back and overlooks the river. Remember we camped up there one night?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was.
You passed out in the canoe.
No, you passed
And I
out
had
in
to-
your kayak.
And I had to canoe
Yeah,
you on down the river. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
I
we
remember
were.
that.
It was me and
I remember
Dirtbag
that.
in the canoe, and you
I
had
think
your
did
own
I
kayak.
think you did a little too much.
And we weren't. We weren't
You passed out.
maybe an hour into the float, and we noticed.
I had worked
Where
that
is
night.
that dude?
I had worked that night.
Yeah. That's what it was.
I really did. I did work
Sure.
that night.
Yeah. Okay. Where is that guy? And we looking at nothing behind us, and then you hear dunk, dunk, and here's this dude passed out.
Get
in
the
kayak,
fuck out of here.
bouncing from bank to bank.
Nah, okay.
And paddle up, drag him out of the kayak, put him in the canoe. Dirtbag got in the kayak, and I paddled your heavy ass all the way to where we finally camped. And of course, in true Norse fashion, we set up camp, we eat. We're like, fuck, I'm so tired, man. I've been paddling this dickhead around all day. I'm ready for bed. Yeah! Let's party, boys! Yeah. Yep, all night long, ready to go.
That's not how I remember it.
Yeah, well, I know, because you weren't there the majority of the time.
How do you remember any of that?
Yeah. You got Steel Creek, campground, Kyle's Landing. And Kyle's Landing is a really nice campground. Irby is
Is it gonna throw this whole thing off? I step outside real quick.
no.
I gotta hit a
Just don't
cigarette.
want to plug now.
I gotta hit a cigarette real quick. I'll be right back. I'm getting excited. I'm getting fired up. You're talking shit about me. I'll be right back.
Note about Kyle's Landing, though, that that's that real steep one that goes down that hill. You almost have to have a four-wheel drive to do that, right? Oh, let's keep the dogs out.
Oh, Lord.
Thought I broke my damn glass.
Your bifocals, man, destroyed.
There ain't no damn bifocal.
Yeah, Kyle's Landing is one that's really steep, real steep drive down to it. But once you get there, it's really nice.
Yeah.
And they also have their cabin that has the infamous hot tub
Yeah.
that we rented that one time, and we had to clean that hot tub. Like, we were there 3 days. I think we cleaned that hot tub 6 times.
Yeah.
There was
Didn't nobody.
there was
wash their feet
crawfish
off?
in there. There was
It's
steak in
brown.
there. There was beer cans floating in that thing.
Little.
Pubic hairs. And,
Blech.
Nah, I don't know about all that.
Blech.
That's something to do after we went to bed. I don't know. But yeah, there's horse trails all up through there. Tons of hiking trails all up there too, and waterfalls. That Hemden Hollow Falls, you went to it. I've never successfully got to take anybody else except for you, and it was the first school's out float. You were 6th grade,
maybe, yeah.
I think, maybe. So I took just myself. I took you and I think 4 or 5 of your buddies.
Yeah, 4 of them, yeah. Ben, Reggie, and yeah.
What a nightmare that was. I come back and I said, I'm never doing this again. And my wife said, well, no, we'll do it again. Next time we'll go and I'll go with you and we'll bring the little kids, the really young ones with us. And then that wasn't any better. And then the next year we said, well, we'll do it
Sorry,
again,
sir.
but we'll have
Would you rather me sit on the outside?
No, you're fine. You can have the old man chair.
Thank you. You know, my back's fucked up.
Come on, Peepaw. Not yet. Scoot up real close there, Shane.
Yeah.
Get that mic.
Get closer to me, buddy.
Yeah, buddy. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, we sat up there and we had the best time on the water.
Yeah.
And we walked up to the falls and it's the tallest falls between the Rockies and Appalachia? Or so, I don't know. It's a real tall waterfall, beautiful, really nice. But you have to hit that part of the river early spring or right after a good rain. You need anybody that's going to go float anywhere. You have to download the river app. It's free, and check the water levels.
Arkansas whitewater.
Yeah, Arkansas whitewater. Yeah.
Or American whitewater. It's American whitewater, then I think you can click Arkansas if I ain't mistaken.
Well, I just use a river app, but I mean you can check you can go to Tyler Bend,
Either way,
their website, and it's got the water levels or any of them. Just about any outfitter.
Yeah, either way, you got to check the water levels every time before you go out there. That's rule number 4.
Yeah, always check the water level and the weather.
And the weather for sure.
And the weather.
No, you just
Well,
The buffalo, the buffalo goes up really fast and it goes down really fast, but it
goes up really fast.
goes up really fast, and we've had to evacuate in a hurry numerous times. It'd be a beautiful sunny day as we start, and then thunderstorms, and it floods, and
nobody's happy.
That's happened so many times. You get out on the river. Of course, you're out on the river. There's nowhere to get off until your takeout point. So you go out on the river and everything looks all sunny and fine, and then it's like, well, we riding this out.
let's do it.
Is Hamden Hollow in Newton County? Anyway.
I think it might be.
I think it is. I'm not sure, and I know if anybody that's from around this area that listens to this is going to be pissed off that I say this, but somewhere around Newton County, there's Cecil Cove, maybe. So there's a little interesting story about the ghost of Cecil Cove. During World War One, when everybody started doing the draft lottery, these people up around Newton County decided they wouldn't, they got drafted and they're like, no, we're not going. And they got a name for them. I think they were called the Slackers. So they decided to go off into Cecil Cove and just stay up there and live. And what I read, the government tried to go in and find them, but they couldn't. They just hid out all in these mountains. And they did that, and I think they stayed up there for 10, 20 years.
That checks out. I mean, there's a lot of places to do that up there.
I butchered the story, but anyway, it's really cool. Anybody's interested, I think you can look up the Ghost of Cecil Cove in Newton County, Arkansas. Pretty interesting little read there.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So
heard that one.
So what would y'all recommend for, say, a person that's never floated before, wants to go on the river? Would you recommend a raft or a canoe?
Kayak.
First,
Kayak.
yeah. Either way, if it's a family,
If it's a family, I say get a raft. You ever been? Go get a raft. Get on a raft because you're not going to tip on a raft. And if you got little kids, because we have one that we use only to loan out when we have people that have little kids go, because little kids can just hang over on the side, drag their hand in the water, look at the fish, and they don't have to worry about the thing tipping over. But I mean, I love a canoe, but I've seen lots of marriages. I've seen at least 3 marriages end in a canoe. So you want to test your relationship, pop in a canoe with your loved one and let's go.
I mean, canoes seem really neat and nostalgic and everything, but kayaks are just so much more accessible.
Yeah.
I have no desire to get in a canoe, having to sit there and fight with another person. It's like, paddle the other way, damn it.
Quit dumping water in the boat.
Right.
Please stop dumping water in the boat. Please, will you please paddle? Other side.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're sitting in the back. You got the person in the front just dipping a cup and just doing this, just filling the boat full of water while you're paddling your ass off. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be a long day, buddy.
A canoe is you need to get in it. You're going down river or whatever, and you got to carry a bunch of shit. It's the 1800s. A fucking kayak is like driving a car.
Yeah.
Who in the fuck wants to be in a
Unless-
canoe?
Hey, unless you
Hey,
got a
get
solo
Get the
canoe.
fuck out of here.
Exactly.
And a raft, like, unless you're going on some class 3 or 4 rapids, fuck a raft too. I'm sorry.
Well-
a raft ain't worth the fuck. You ain't keeping up on the water. You ain't doing shit. If you want to get on the water and sit and get sunburnt and barely float, go get you a raft. Go get you an inner tube and have fun.
If you got kids, get a raft.
If you want to go fucking enjoy life, go buy you a kayak.
There's so much more accessible.
My opinion.
These guys gave me so much shit about taking my little poverty kayak for for like 5 or 6 years, but you could get like an old Sun Dolphin or what was the other one? That was that one that I had.
Pelican.
You can get one of those on Marketplace for like $100, and
But
it'll
don't.
last you seat for like 5 or 6 seasons. But I've still got mine, and it's you don't have to spend thousands of dollars on a raft or a canoe or go to the outfitters and buy every piece of equipment. Get you a cheap Sun Dolphin and go to the Buffalo.
Unless you want to be comfortable.
Hey,
And not being made fun of the entire time.
Hey, you know what? While you guys,
Fucking pelican.
hey,
bro.
while
Come
you
on.
goofballs were sitting there huffing and puffing, trying to drag y'all's heavy ass kayaks up the fucking bank, my Pelican weighed all of 10 pounds, and I threw it up
Well,
over my damn
it's
shoulder.
made out of cardboard. It's
Yeah.
a cardboard kayak.
Yeah.
Of course,
Then
it
you
don't
went
weigh
over a
shit.
rock. He's, oh my God, I broke my tailbone.
I feel it. I just ripped my kayak in half. Look, guys, if y'all are getting into kayaking and shit, don't get no Pelican. Do not get a
I mean, I definitely would recommend not getting a Sun Dolphin or Pelican, any of that stuff.
97-cent
You
blow
can
up
get a-
raft is better than a Pelican.
Hey,
No,
you can you can get away with that on the Buffalo,
Yeah,
but
you
if
can.
any
Yeah.
other river really, like the Mulberry, for instance,
No.
no.
You're-
But if
you're
you
gonna
just-
Oh,
die.
no, not the
You
Mulberry.
potentially gonna die on the mulberry
Hey,
with a
that
Pelican.
Pelican made it down to Mulberry like 3 times. Don't talk shit about my Pelican.
I don't know how. I do not know how, man.
Barely, it barely
Nothing
made it.
but prayers and beer. That's it. Yeah.
It made it down to Spring River too.
The now I have seen a lot of those on there, and I mean it's fine and it works. That's what you got. That's all you can get a hold of. Go buy one, and then when the season's over or the season starts next year, sell that sucker and get something a little different.
You'll
You
know why you need to get a better boat after a couple of seasons of using them.
Yeah.
They're
Oh, yeah.
great for entry level kayaking, and I enjoyed mine. I mean, they're real light and real easy to use, but you realize real quick that they're not really the best.
Yeah. I mean, the Ascends.
Yeah.
The Bass Pro Ascends. I call them river goats because them suckers go everywhere.
They're nice.
And they're great.
That's a sin is all I ever use anymore because
Yeah.
they're great price point, and you got everything that you need.
You got the bells and whistles on it. You got to sit on top chair.
Oh, I love mine.
Yeah.
I love mine. It has a little
Yeah.
cargo net on the back.
Yeah, it's like a lawn chair on top of a boat.
But here's where the difference is in buying boats, using boats, whatever. If you're gonna have your own, if you go through a local small like actual canoe kayak sales place, like Ozark Mountain Trading Center. Well, I think they, anything like that, they're gonna warranty your boat. Whereas if you go through Walmart, Bass Pro, Academy, any of that, if you crack a hole in the hull, then that's it. You're done. But like I had a Dagger. What is the big one with
Perception.
No,
Torrent.
Perception is a different brand.
I thought Dagger bought Perception.
Well,
Or
they were
Perception
owned by the
bought
same,
Dagger.
but they're not going
Yeah.
to be a Dagger Perception. It don't matter. I had a Dagger kayak that we were going down the Mulberry, and you can see it on. Yeah, I know. You can see it on the video with Dave was sitting there talking to me, and I hit a rock, clap, tipped over, and it put a big crack in that damn thing. And I didn't even know it till we went to the Spring River, and I just kept tipping over, like, man, something ain't right. And I looked, and the whole thing is busted. And I talked to the guys that I bought it from. I got a brand new boat, brand spanking new,
Brand new.
brand new. And it didn't cost me anything. They said just bring it to me, man. I brought it to them, and a couple weeks later, I got a brand new boat. So that and a paddle, the paddle. There's a reason why we're called Broken Paddle Canoe Club.
They
Good
break
paddle
all the
is
time.
the paddle is important. That's your motor, you know.
Rule number 5: always bring an extra paddle.
Always bring an extra paddle.
Paddles,
Got to,
motor,
man.
Put that thing somewhere.
beers
Yeah.
and gasoline.
Yeah,
Yeah.
things get a little gnarly. You're gonna have to have a second paddle because that first one's gonna go. Whew, fairy dust is gone.
Yeah, snap in half. You know, you get a big heavy paddle, you're gonna wear yourself out. You know, that's why these kayak sales places are really pushing paddles because the kayaks are really expensive to get shipped to them, but paddles are dirt cheap
Right.
to get shipped. So they're actually only making money on selling paddles. But if you get a good paddle, you know, then you don't really have much to worry about.
Yeah, that's another thing that a lot of people don't think realize until they've done this a lot of times. Is like you can get one of them cheap paddles from Walmart, and they're going to get you down the river. But you get a good paddle that's, you know, made for your kayak or made for you, and that you've gotten what you want. It's a lot better than buying just some little old cheap yellow paddles from Walmart. You know? I mean,
It's gonna snap in half, and you got to find a stick and some duct tape,
Yeah.
or
Yeah,
an old
you-
T-shirt, and tie it sucker together.
yeah, you might as well just have a box or a piece or a 2x4 you're sticking in the water.
You've never broke a paddle, have you?
No, I've not. No.
You ain't in the group, man.
Oh,
You
Oh,
out
I'm
of the
in
club.
there.
You out of the club.
go home.
I'm in there.
I did buy a real nice paddle one time, and it shattered like glass during a February float.
Yeah, because it was freezing cold.
Because it's
Well,
February.
I mean, you ought to be able to kayak in
You slapped
February.
it with a tree, didn't you?
No, I picked it up and I was like, I don't know, and I tapped it and it just. That's
Yeah.
how I remember it.
Well, it's February.
It was something like that. But you also just kept that thing. You just laid in your yard for years.
Yeah. It's also a good idea to keep
Yeah, you just
keep good
threw
care
that
of the
thing
boat.
in your backyard, and it just laid there.
Maybe that's
All
what
the-
you perceive as happening,
Yeah,
but that ain't what actually happened. Man.
Yeah, I mean, kayaks and paddles are just like anything else made of plastic. They can't be sitting in the sun. I mean,
Right.
They got to be. They got.
It was carbon fiber. It was nice too, man.
Well, it's carbon fiber. Whoa,
Yeah,
really?
yeah.
yeah, it
Oh,
was
shit.
really nice.
That was your fault for buying carbon fiber paddle.
Well, I stole it from Dick's. What had happened was, me and this girl went up there to get something from Dick's, and I was like, man, I got to get a new kayak paddle. So anyway, she was checking out, and she was going to pay for her shit because I wasn't buying her jack shit, and I was going to buy my shit. Well, I stuck my shit up there, and the lady's like, "Is this yours?" And I said, "Yes, this is mine." And I had bought, I don't know what the fuck I bought, a pair of socks or something, and that paddle. And I looked and I was like, damn, she only charged me $13 for this $200 paddle. And the girl I was with was like, fuck it, keep it. So I kept it. You know,
Peer pressure's a bitch, ain't it?
You're gonna get.
it is a bitch.
You're gonna get a call from the attorney for Dix.
No, this is, I don't care. Fuck
Good God.
Dicks. What, man? Fuck Dick's Sporting. I mean, I like Dick's. But I mean, you know, like, they got it. Anyway.
Well,
Shop local, guys. Shop local.
back to the Buffalo River. Yeah, shop local, man. They're not gonna. Yeah.
My bad, bro.
Do you think those little kayak shops are gonna let you walk out with a paddle? Actually, typically, if you buy a kayak,
Oh,
they'll give you a free paddle. A lot of them will.
hot ass beer foaming up.
But speaking of Buffalo again, the middle Buffalo, to me, that's the spot to go to, because it's easy to get to. You're not driving, you know, as far one way or the other to get to it. It's a really fun put-ins and takeouts up there. Tyler Bend,
Yeah.
Gilbert Store is amazing. That float itself is just it's one of my, it's definitely one of my favorites. I mean, I got married there right by Tyler Bend in the river in Buffalo, because I just love it so much.
I mean, that is the place that we've gone. I think the most is the Middle Buffalo.
Because it's
just
fantastic.
and it's accessible most of the year.
You know, get out of here.
I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah, no, you're good.
That's your dada.
That's your dada. He ain't my dada.
your
He's my
dada.
friend. It's your dada. It's your dada. He used to whoop your ass. He ain't never whooped my ass. He probably still will whoop your ass. He gets mad. Yeah. Yeah.
I know.
You his boy.
Okay.
Middle Buffalo. I mean, what do you got to say about that? Something?
What, on the Middle Buffalo?
Yes.
I don't know if
No.
it's the Middle Buffalo, but I think my favorite part of the Buffalo River is Woolham. I mean upper middle, but they got a really, I don't know what the actual terminology for this place is. I call it Skull Rock or whatever.
Yeah,
but it's
yeah.
the rock that comes down, and when the water is actually low, you can flow through its very small, minor little cavern. But
That's the
It's
one right
pretty
there
cool.
on the bridge, is it not? They're on Highway 65
It's-
bridge, I think.
no, it's on up. You
It's
got
on
to take a
up.
dirt road to get down to it. So when we went on that the very first like overnight and it stormed real bad and we got evacuated at Woolham. And Woolham's where
Okay.
the Skull Rock is. Kind of looks like an old man. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, that's a really cool spot. Yeah.
And Rush is really cool. There's an old ghost town there. It's an old zinc copper or zinc mine.
That one is really neat. There's a lot of stuff to explore there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
That,
a Native American. You walk to it like this, the bluff or whatever, the
Yeah.
Native American house or
Isn't
whatever.
there-
That
Yeah.
rock.
Don't the Rangers actually take you on that little
No, we took the Cub Scouts.
Cub Scouts?
We took Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts, and I think it was.
Oh, you in the Cub Scouts?
Are you? No, my,
No, I'm being
my
serious.
boys used to be.
Oh, I didn't know. I'm being serious. I'm
Yeah.
not trying to make fun
Actually,
of
we
nobody.
had the Caimen was in the Cub Scout for a minute, and then we had.
You was a Cub Scout, man?
Get out of here.
Hey, man, hey,
Get
man.
outta here.
Wait a minute. Was you a Cub Scout, bro?
Is that the one that you took that
Yeah,
Sam
you
and
was.
Jessica went up the hill on late at night with the Rangers? Who was that? Because that was I forget, because I wasn't there that year. Remember?
Oh, no, that wasn't around Rush. That was still yet. I think that was between Tyler Bend and Gilbert.
Okay.
So that's still the mid river.
Mm-hmm.
But the lower river, you can float it more into the later months.
Yeah.
You know, up the upper, you're done. I think right now, you
By the
probably,
end of May, you're done, I think.
if you're lucky,
Because
to
we
get-
floated one time.
on the upper.
Yeah, we floated one year in June or July, and it was the first time in 40 years. Do you remember that? When me, you, and Dirtbag went, we did the overnight. We actually camped at Kyle's Landing. It was in like
Okay,
June
yeah.
or July. It was the first time in like 30 or 40 years that you was even able to do that.
Yeah, we was real lucky.
So,
But that lower the Rush, we took scouts. There's a whole bunch of them. Cub Scouts,
Dude, why are
Boy
you looking at me,
Scouts.
man?
I'm looking at both y'all.
No, you're not.
and yeah, we took them hiking all through there, and looked those zinc mines, and it looked like a big giant pizza oven thing, but it's actually a
A Native American structure in it.
no. It was something where they would it was like a forge or something.
Oh, like where they would make like cannonballs or something.
No, well, they were the zinc and all
Yeah,
that
yeah.
stuff when they was doing all that. I mean, I'll tell you wrong, I'm sure, but it was really cool. The thing you were talking about, it was also it was near Buffalo Point
Yeah, yeah.
where we went and we found that cave that's got it's I think the Indian Rock House Trail.
Indian
That's
Rock House Trail is
That's
it.
amazing. And we took you and some of your buddies
When you was in Boy
over there.
Scouts.
No,
I
you
was
wouldn't.
there.
No.
I was a den leader. I was there when you was
You,
den leader.
you're not
Sure you
allowed.
wouldn't.
Legally, you can't do that.
Well, I watched him. He was in boys. I was his den leader, man. You don't remember that?
No, but that's where I busted my head open whenever we all were calling all through those caves.
Oh yeah, man, that's a cool spot. The caves are.
Has the creek that runs through the middle of the cave. Yeah.
It is a massive cave, and you go down into the cave, and you're going through little holes and stuff in the cave, exploring around. It's really cool.
And my fat old ass was trying to follow a bunch of kids up in some little holes in a cave and
Yep.
busted my head open.
Yep, dig around some holes.
Yeah.
In a cave.
I don't think I've ever been to that one.
It's really cool. I know me and Dirt found it whenever we were staying at Durst cabin one time. And yeah, we went and walked that thing. It was a lot of fun. Rush is a lot of fun.
Yeah. However, alluded to earlier, Rush is dangerous for kayakers, canoers, and Because if you
Yeah.
if you leave there, you're screwed. You're done unless
Yeah.
you're prepared for it.
For what, 24 miles?
Yeah. I mean, it's a solid 2 days at least. There's no campgrounds. There's no trails. There's no roads. There's no houses. There's no power lines.
cell
there's
service,
No cell service.
nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
And walkie-talkies don't work out there either.
No.
Like you get really nice, and it don't. No. Doesn't
Yeah.
do any
So
good.
word of the wise, on the Buffalo River, there's one campground in particular. Don't put your boat in, because you're good unless you know
Yeah.
that's where you're supposed to be.
If you're a Gen X, you'll probably be fine, but if you're a millennial or younger,
You're done.
You're done, man. You'll panic. No,
I do fine, man.
you've actually done it. I haven't.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm
And that's
part
right.
broken
You
out.
you hadn't
Yeah,
done
I
it.
haven't. Done it.
In all fairness, he had a really rough time.
Yeah. Yeah. He's out there punching sand in the middle of the night. Yeah.
Who was?
Caimen.
Really?
Rough.
He couldn't get comfortable in his.
This guy, he
Go ahead.
no, you tell it. You tell it.
He brought one tent for us, and it was probably a 5-foot wide tent. So my head and my feet were touching the ends of the tent, and I got no. He had a cot. I had nothing. I had nothing to lay on.
I
except for
offered you a cot. You
uneven
said
sand.
nothing. I don't want anything.
paddling all day, tired. I was sitting there beating the sand, just trying to flatten it out.
It's
Yeah.
the middle of the night too. I was like, I was sleeping on my cot. And I heard, dun, 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 motherfucker, dun, dun. I was like, God dang, Caimen,
Yeah.
what are you doing? And I woke up the next morning. He's sitting in a
Camp chair.
Yeah, in a camp chair.
Put a blanket over me.
Yeah, that sucks. I mean,
Yeah.
He didn't bring me anything.
I offered. He said no.
if I was your daddy, I would have brought you something.
I appreciate that.
You want me to adopt you, man? If I was your daddy, I'd take care of you. Bro.
No.
I mean,
Hey,
No, he's got a cot.
Sign
now.
them adoption papers, man. You coming on to the house tonight?
The yard needs mowed.
But
Yeah. Hey, when you get there, you're gonna have to work a little bit.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
But that's why you go prepared when you go to a float. You make sure you have something to sleep on. You got a tent with you. You got prepared for things like that.
them overnight
Yeah.
floats. if you're-
Amazon.
Yeah.
Amazon has those awesome ultralight cots that are like 4 pounds. They fit in your kayak. You hated. You threw yours away.
Well, I threw it away because that one that I had, I couldn't get the one bar apart, and it won't unless you completely collapses. It won't go in the bag. But it was great for what we used it for. But you know, if you can't get that one bar apart, it's not going to go back in the bag. So I just threw the damn thing away.
Yeah.
And only $50. I mean,
Yeah.
In terms of equipment, you know, $50 for an overnight cot on a trip like that, $50 is nothing. You know, it's like, okay, well, guess buy another one.
Yeah. I still have mine. He's got one now. He had to get an extra long one.
Yeah.
But
And it's going
yeah. And I
It's a
mean,
lot better than
a
sand.
lot better.
we've got a handful of them because just why not? I mean, they're great. You know, they don't take up any room. They're so lightweight.
I think cot's better.
Damn, what the fuck?
What?
Woo! I
that
thought it was a
wasp?
spider, bro.
Oh, spider.
It was a little fucking gnat or something. I don't know what it was, but I thought you was tickling my arm for a minute, and I was fine with it.
All I
Then
saw
I
was
seen
something
this
red.
damn
You
shit.
were,
I said, I don't know what the fuck. Hey, he's gone, man.
Anyways, I think a cot's better than an air mattress.
Yeah.
Oh, by far.
You
Yeah.
don't need a air pump or anything. You just set it up.
It takes
Yeah.
less than a minute to
Yeah.
set one of those things up.
And mine's an extra large, and it comes in a little sack about that big. You know, you can easily throw it in a little bag or on your kayak.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, and
He's 6'5", so it's a regular cot isn't
You
gonna
6'5"?
I'm 7'4".
Get the fuck! You ain't no 6'5". Are you?
yeah, it's pretty close.
Yeah,
6'2", 6'5", you know.
I'm 6'3.5".
I thought it was 6'5".
No,
Oh,
that's
my
great.
bad.
No,
6'5" is almost Nephilim. You know, you're almost an ancient giant.
He's
got-
wearing
he's
he's
got
wearing
a little
boots.
Neanderthal
He's wearing
in.
boots.
Yeah.
He's 6'5".
I'm probably 6'5" right now.
Yeah. Well, what's your favorite campground up there
Where at?
on the Buffalo?
There's one campground. I forgot what the name of it is. It's got really cool campgrounds where it's right on the water. And at the water it has these big giant bluffs, and it's a campground we went to, and me and my cousins were throwing stuff at other people at their campsites up on the where the bathrooms are. I forgot where it was. It was a long time ago.
Is it Buffalo Point?
It's Buffalo Point.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you got kids, that is the one spot to go to without a doubt, hands down. They always have a ton of activities going. They show like a movie on the weekends, but it's like a history of the Buffalo River on a projector in this really cool area. And they do all sorts of different. We did water painting one time out there. I mean, just the people who.
What do you mean water painting?
We did water painting, man.
Like
What the fuck is that?
Watercolors.
With water.
Yeah, like.
Like you talking about like a
Yes, we had we had easels
Oh,
and we had paints, and they took us over to the swimming area with a great big bluff, and they're like, paint whatever you want.
They got
And
pan
we were
flutes
painting
and-
the bluff, and some of
it
us
wasn't
painting-
like paint by numbers or nothing?
no.
I bet them
it was
paintings
big
look like
black-
shit.
Come on.
I bet
They got
were they terrible paint.
Oh,
Where's one
yeah.
of these paintings at?
we got one of them hanging up.
We got to
in the
break
house.
them out for one of these episodes. man.
Yeah, they're bad. They're bad. They're bad.
I also think they have like a trail you can go on, and they have like a theater, like an outdoor theater.
Yeah,
Amphitheater.
Yeah, and the park ranger will come out and
Yep.
play a movie, and there'll be kids and stuff, and they'll also do like presentations of the river, things about the river, animals on the river, all
Yeah.
kinds of stuff.
and they'll take you out to the river and like, scoop up stuff and look at it with microscopes and learn about what bugs. I mean, it's just crazy all the stuff they have, and it's when you go out there, you go to any of the little ranger station things where you pay or bathrooms. They got them up there, and it's got schedules, and I mean, especially the weekends, they got it seems like something every couple hours. So if you got little kids and out there, it's all paved and real nice
It is
and
nice.
neat and clean. And kids riding bicycles around. That's the way to go if you got you're going with family.
That's a strong point for the Buffalo in general. Is that because it's a national river, the Buffalo is the place in Arkansas if you have a family with kids and everything. There's a lot of other really neat rivers, but that's the most developed and the nicest one, the
Yeah.
cleanest one in all of Arkansas.
I think it was the first federally protected waterway, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So another little nice side note when you go to the Buffalo is, you can look around and do all this and look up rocks and try to find prehistoric animals and shit. I mean, we found some, but you can't take anything.
Nope.
No.
Yep.
Nope.
You can't even take, really technically, I don't think you're allowed to take a blade of grass with you.
No, they don't want you to take a single rock or anything back home.
And rightfully so. The place is beautiful. You want to maintain it. And
Yeah.
I mean, they have that what was that bill or legislation that's getting did it pass or did it fail? Where they
I think it's on hold right
yeah,
now
the
or
pig
something.
farm?
yeah
Yeah.
not to get into that, but the Buffalo River is a pretty
Yeah. And that's why you don't want to take bottles with you. You
Oh,
wanna take
and I will. It
absolutely.
is.
They
it's-
will bust your ass.
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't think people in Arkansas realize how good they've got it as far as AAA water quality.
Oh yeah.
And when I say AAA water, like you can be on the water and look down, and you see the bottom, and you think it's right there, and it may be 20 foot deep.
And there's
I don't know if
you-
it's 20, but
Well, no,
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
it's over your head.
It's definitely over your head.
It's
Yeah.
over his head, and
It's-
he's. You said he was 18 foot tall.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It is. It's
It
beautiful.
is.
20 foot. Come on.
With that, if you are planning on going out there and getting sloshed and partying with your buddies, it's not the ideal spot to go because that's where they're, especially at Buffalo Point, that's where they train all their park rangers and stuff like that. So they're all young, eager, and ready to keep everything protected. And so they will bust your ass. We have we've had a little experience with that as well.
Oh yeah.
Well, some open containers in the back of your truck, bud.
And I say this too,
Yeah.
man. Like throughout these episodes, we'll be talking shit. But man, when you get on the water, especially Buffalo or any water, take a trash bag with you, and don't trash the area up. Like that's for everybody,
Like
man.
an onion sack.
Like as crazy as we may get on the water, and as messed up as we get, that is no place to throw a beer can, to throw trash.
Yeah, that's the trash.
cigarette butts and all that nonsense.
Now hold on now.
No, you can throw a cigarette butt in your little onion sack.
They
He throws it in his boat.
Well, yeah, he puts them in his boat,
He
but
pisses
they end
in
up in the
It's
river
just
because he's
cotton,
gonna
man.
he's going
It's cotton.
swimming.
It's cotton.
What is?
Cigarette. I smoke all but the cotton filter, man. It's just,
Yeah.
that shit biodegrades. Cigarette butts is fine on the
No,
Buffalo River.
no, they ain't.
What? Yes,
No.
the game warden said the Buffalo River you can throw cigarette butts out on the side. It's they don't want cans and trash. Probably no cigarette butts either.
Yeah, no.
Definitely clean up after yourself. The cans
Definitely
and,
clean
and,
up.
and the Twinkies packages and the Doritos packets. Nobody wants to see that shit on
No.
the
No,
water.
definitely not.
And we have a buddy. You're gonna hear about him called Dirtbag. You can
Oh,
cuss him. You can cuss his family. By God, if you throw one can out, he's gonna beat the fuck out of you.
Or hurt an animal.
Yeah, or hurt an animal. He's a druid. You know what I mean? Like if
Yeah.
you litter, that's his soft spots, man. If you litter or hurt an animal, he's gonna kill you.
That dude really is one with the
He
nature.
is.
He is
One
one
with
with
nature.
nature for sure, and he shows it every year.
We are gonna get him on this.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna talk much, but
No, he don't talk. He don't talk much ever. But if you ever go with us and he's there, you will see him jump out of his boat. Like if you see a snake crossing the river, he will jump out of his boat, swim over it. Don't care if it's a water moccasin. He don't care, and he will pick it up and he'll play with it and let everybody look at it, and then he will gently put it back where he got it. He'll find little tiny soft shells, turtles. It's
He's like a very redneck Steve Irwin.
yeah.
A real terrible. Like I love him, and he's great. He ain't no Steve Irwin. Kind of like a real shitty version of Steve.
Oh yeah.
But I seen him jump out of a kayak one time because we was hungry, and he dropped down and come up and he had a trout in his mouth. I said, "What the fuck?
Okay,
We're gonna eat good tonight." Bro.
all right,
he
so-
jumped down and just got a trout. I said, "Oh man."
I remember
that's
we were
crazy."
at Tyler Bend and we were going to drive down to the bathrooms because we were at a group site and they were far away to the showers, and he was in the front of the line and he stopped and my wife was like, "What's going on?" She said, "Oh, he found something. He's found something. We know he did."
Yeah, he's found something.
And 20 seconds later, he comes walking up with a massive armadillo, and it's just and he's just grinning ear to ear, and he just puts it up to the window and sets it down, lets it go. Off we go, and we get up there to the showers, and I walk in, and he's standing there with one of those the spiders that has all the babies on its back.
Wolf spider.
Wolf spider, and he's just sitting there looking at it, and they were just crawling all over him.
If I'd have had a gun and I was there, I'd have shot his ass.
a couple
Fuck that.
a couple of years ago, he's the only person I've ever seen do this too. He was out there at the Spring River, and I just see him stop paddling, put his paddle in his kayak real calm and nonchalant. And Jessica saw it too. She can ask her. He just reaches down and just dips his hand in the water and pulls out a big ass rock bass with his hand.
Get the fuck out of here!
That is
no,
Yes.
he had to have hooked that motherfucker.
No.
Like,
he didn't have a pole,
come
he didn't
on,
have a
man.
pole on that trip. He did not have a pole on
So
that
you
trip.
telling me he was in the boat and
Jessica
he just
saw it. You can ask her.
Yeah.
he just alerts like a damn pointer dog.
Yeah.
Look at this rock bass.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not going to say that the bass may not have been,
I mean,
having
that's-
some issues or something, but all I saw was I didn't see the bass. All I seen him
Was
was
the damn when he picked the fish up? Was it moving?
Yeah.
yeah.
Come on,
Plummet.
man.
Healthy
Come
guy.
on, man. That
Yeah.
fish was dead.
4 or
No.
5
No,
pound bass.
it was alive.
Yeah, that's
It
cool.
was alive. I ain't never seen anybody do that shit
I mean, he does shit.
before or
like
since.
that. That's cool.
Yeah, he's a wild dude. Yeah, there's definitely some cartoon characters that hang out with the Broken Paddle Canoe Club. That's for sure.
There it is.
That's the number one recommendation, I guess. What kind of mental disability do you have?
Shit, and I'm
You a
bro.
cartoon.
My IQ's like
You a
135.
cartoon character, bro. Don't play.
Come on, man. I got the highest IQ out of the whole state of Arkansas. What are you talking about, man? I'm a fucking genius. I don't know why you act like I'm a cartoon.
you're right.
I'm eccentric, but genius. Yeah. You know what I mean?
You a boomer, man. Sorry.
I'm a boomer.
Okay,
I ain't
boomer.
no boomer. I'm a
Okay,
Gen X,
boomer.
man. I'm a Gen X. I was born in '79, man.
Hey, look at that spider, G.
God damn! Were you serious?
Don't pull the cord. Don't pull the cord. Shit.
It was an ant. It's only an ant.
Fuck, I don't
Yeah.
like spiders, bro.
Yeah. So I don't
Sorry,
know.
I said GD on this thing.
It's all right,
I
man.
don't like saying that.
I don't really know what else to say right off the bat about anything else about the buffalo.
You didn't really talk about the lower Buffalo because there ain't really much to talk about.
We talked about Rush.
Yeah.
Buffalo Point is phenomenal. It's great. There's lots of little places you can camp, like around there. Mount Hersey, Woolham, South Maumee, North Maumee, where they don't really charge, but what, $5 or $10 or something, all primitive, and people don't mess with you too much over there as far
Silvertown?
as Silvertown.
Is it Silvertown?
I don't know. Well,
Or Silver Creek?
Silver Creek. I think that's
Silver Creek.
Yeah.
Steel Creek.
Steel Creek. That's
Steel
it.
Creek. We have. Well, I'll just tell you the list of the lower Buffalo.
Oh, there ain't nothing in the lower.
Yeah. I mean,
There's North Maumee,
there's
South Maumee,
North-
highways.
North Maumee, Spring Creek, Buffalo Point, and Rush.
Everything I just said.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
And they'll have like North Maumee, South Maumee, Spring Creek. They'll have a vault toilet. Rush will have a vault toilet, but
A what?
vault
No,
toilet.
what is it?
It's like a little what we sat in and drank whiskey when it was.
Oh, like an outhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I didn't know they called them vault toilets. I'm being.
Okay, so that's a point of that some of the people might want to look at is if you look this stuff up online and on the website, especially the U.S. Forestry Service or whatever, and it says toilets not available. Well, if you scroll up a little bit, it'll actually have a description. It'll tell you vault toilets. That's something that I found on the Mulberry is because it would tell you two different things. On a campground, it would say toilet and water not accessible, but it would say it had vault toilets.
I don't. So they've been calling them vault toilets this whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do they call it a vault toilet?
I'm guessing because it's like,
I mean, because underneath the toilet, if you look in there, you can see everybody else's doo doo.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
You
like
know?
a big port potty.
it's not it's not
Yeah.
an actual toilet. It's not a
It's
flushable
nicer
toilet.
than an outhouse,
Yeah,
but it's
porta potty.
it's like a
Yeah,
super
you do.
glorified
You are
outhouse.
kind of
Yeah.
shitting in like a concrete
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you can
Concrete
hear
vault.
the echo and
they'll
stuff.
have to pump it out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I didn't know that's what.
but
they called
now Buffalo Point's got full everything, electricity. You can reserve there. You can reserve at Tyler Bend.
Yeah.
The rest of these you can't. So, but with Buffalo Point and Tyler Bend, you got to do it several months in advance because most weekends they're booked up. They'll all have walk-in sites only that you can't reserve. But man, all those places are very popular and they're gonna fill up fast.
Yeah, you might make mention of what float season is. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, because some of these folks, we're just going to float in. It's in the middle of August. You know.
Yeah,
you're not
you ain't
floating.
floating in August.
You ain't floating Buffalo in August.
No.
You're good to go on the lower Buffalo. You're good to go till, if you're lucky, late June. From as soon as spring hits, you're good. But mid Buffalo, you're good until probably early June. I mean, of course, watch the river apps, watch the rain. It all depends on the rain.
Yeah.
But most of the time, yeah, you only got a couple months where you're able to do it, or a few weeks, really, depending. Upper Buffalo, you really have to go, okay, I'm just going to take off Wednesday because it's raining on Tuesday.
And that's what we've done before.
Yeah, that's really about it. A lot of times you're lucky if you get to float that upper Buffalo and it be nice weather because if you want to go on a weekend, it's going to be cold. You're looking at late April, all of April.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to go camping any time of the year. You can go down and play in the water and everything, but I mean, once you start getting into early summer,
You fucked.
yeah.
Yeah.
You put a
Straight fuck.
Yeah, you put a kayak on the river, you in for a long day.
You might as well. You might as well walk that bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Matter of
that's
fact, I think we've come across that.
Yeah, and
Left
a lot of
their
times.
kayaks.
I just seem to stay at the house.
we just tie a little leash to the front of the boat and just walk.
Yeah.
Like walk that sucker like a dog. Yeah. So y'all got anything else to say about the buffalo?
Not much.
I love it. I think the people that live in Arkansas. I mean, I know there's a lot of people that live in Arkansas that do truly appreciate how great we have it as far as it being the natural state and the first federally protected river. But the people that maybe live in Arkansas that don't know, man, it's beautiful. Go to Jasper. Go to the Arkansas House. They're a little weird with the UFO Jesus thing in Jasper, especially at the Arkansas House. But other than that, go kayak it. Go enjoy it. It's family friendly. I think you're gonna have a blast, man.
Yeah.
Triple A quality water.
I think somewhere around 1.5 million people went last year to the
Oh,
club.
it's beautiful. I actually have the reason I say I don't think people truly know about it. Like I have family that lives in South Louisiana, and my brother-in-law's 100% Creole. He's used to going on like Chapelai Basin and all that. And I was talking to him about kayaking, and I told him, I was like, dude, you can see the bottom and you ain't touching it. He's like, that's impossible.
No, that's Buffalo
And I'm
River,
like,
buddy.
no, I'm serious. He's like, nah, you bullshitting.
Yeah.
And he's serious. He's going on 60 years old. He was 100% like, no. I said, yes, man. It's that clear and that pretty.
Yeah. It's
So-
And even in people here in Arkansas who may have even been to the Buffalo and just didn't realize what it was. Like you said, the first federally protected river.
Yeah.
Like you don't realize just how good we've got it as a river out here and how much it needs to be protected because, you live an hour away from it all your life and go, oh, it's just a river. No, it's not just a river. It's one of the nicest in the nation.
Well, even if you're not a kayaker and you go up and say you want to look at wildlife, well, Boxley Valley around 7 to 8 o'clock at night, there's this large elk population that
Yeah.
comes through.
What else can you do that around here?
And then
It's
like
crazy.
we have bald eagles in Arkansas, but I mean,
And you will see them along
When
the
I
Buffalo,
say-
all along the
Almost
Buffalo.
when I say like
Yeah.
up close, like I have kayaked and had a bald eagle with its wings stretched out right above my head, not giving a shit.
We had that.
Oh.
We had that
You know.
juvenile follow us for about
Yeah.
what 2 or 3 hours out there on the wilderness trip that one time. He was
Pristine.
Just, he was
It's
just
a-
sitting there watching
yeah.
us,
It is-
screeching at us.
Pristine.
That-
That's the best word for it.
That's a really good point, and it brings me to Rule 57. Lock your shit up. The raccoons. The raccoons are the smartest things in the world that are on the Buffalo. Those things will get in your cooler. They will get in your car. They can open up latches. I mean, I think if you have like the bear-proof coolers, with the Yetis or whatever,
Yep.
you're probably okay, but shit, I don't know. This year they may have figured them out. I don't know.
I don't know,
I've
man.
seen them
I-
do some wild stuff.
I know if you're
and
camping-
they don't care.
I know if you're camping in a tent and you leave it unlocked, raccoons will come in and tickle your prostate. Like you have to be very careful. I don't know why they do that shit. I don't know why. I've woke up before and had a raccoon hand up my ass. I don't know why they do it, but for some fucking reason, raccoons like to get up in there and tickle that prostate. It's weird, but they will do it. They will fucking do it. You good over there, man? They'll do that shit. But like all jokes aside, I have had them open a cooler and get into the cooler and open up cheese and literally take the cellophane or whatever that shit is off the cheese, eat it, and then they came in there and they tickled my ass. I mean, that's what fucking
They
happened.
will sit on the side of your tent,
Yeah.
and you can sit there and you can kick them, and they will open up a bag of Cheetos and eat everything out
Right in
of it,
front of you.
and
Yeah.
just look at you like,
They don't give no
Try it.
fuck.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
not
they do
one.
not care.
And it's not just one. It's a
Oh,
whole,
no, no,
It's
no.
a whole family.
Yeah, if you think you're gonna fight, then there's 30 of them. They're gonna jump on you.
And they're just waiting. They're just waiting for you outside.
They're waiting to fuck you up.
I mean, there's a lot of campsites out there on the Buffalo. They're used to people. They don't give a shit.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Possums.
I'm
Armadillos.
telling you, you do
snakes.
not want the raccoon hand up your ass. Fucking
Those little
uncomfortable.
fingers.
Yeah, and they don't stop moving. It ain't like a little tick tick. It's just like they trying to grab something. It's weird, man.
all right.
Well,
so
on that note,
Is that it?
I'm gonna throw some dates out there because when we'll be out on different rivers and stuff, you want to stop by and say, hey, hang out, have a beer with us, whatnot. So we will be somewhere along the Kings River. Man, I don't know how this is gonna go. The Kings River is going to be first is the school's outfloat. That's going to be around Tyler Bend. That's May 23rd to the 25th. June 6th and 7th, we'll be on the Kings River somewhere near Trigger's Gap, if I got that right. And then there's another date that I don't have written down, but July 11th and 12th we're going to be at Spring River, and I'm hoping to talk to some people from up there at the spring sometime soon, have them on the show or whatever, because man, they got decimated with these floods.
Hey, you have got to get
yeah.
you have got to get
Jeez.
DJ Supermoon on here. That dude.
I'd like to. Yeah, he's a really cool guy. I'll have his dates. What I want to do in the future is
You come to the house and I'm whooping your ass.
what I was saying was there's lots of places that have events that are involved canoeing and kayaking, rafting, that just don't really get the promotion, don't get out there. You know, you have to really be from the area, know the people, you know, be in the floating community, I don't know, whatever. Kings River just had a big festival where they had bands out there, you floated. They had all kinds of stuff going on. Longpool used to do stuff. They used to have a big festival out there. I'm not sure if they still do or
Longpool,
not.
Moore's, I seen on Facebook here a while back that Moore's was up and running. I think Moore, the old man, I think was getting out of it maybe, but I think they're kind of back to doing stuff, which is
I want to talk to them as
excellent,
well,
excellent river.
because that's a phenomenal place.
Yeah, phenomenal.
Here on Pettigene Mountain, right close to home, for years we had the Great Arkansas Canoe Race. We never knew about it.
Yeah.
They would post about it in the local paper like the week before it happened. And we went one time. It was a lot of fun. And we had plans on.
He won, didn't he?
I slapped that ass.
You
He
won
did.
in my kayak, didn't you?
Yeah,
Didn't
I did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hell yeah.
This motherfucker passed the turnaround point and just kept going.
Well, you know, you gotta let your kid win sometimes.
No.
you
Yeah, I
know?
know. That's why
You
he
see,
wins the
You got it. You just
the
gotta-
wrestling
you gotta-
tournament. He fucking wins the wrestling tournament.
You gotta let
He
him win
wins the
sometime.
boat races.
And
He
this
wins this. He wins that.
Man, this is how it is, man.
Yeah, I went way past where you're supposed to turn around,
Come
and
on.
I turned around.
He's
and
7'5".
Yeah.
That's just how it is.
Great.
But there's all
thing
kinds of
since
stuff going on,
sliced
so
bread.
hopefully I'll have more dates coming up of different like birds. Oh my goodness, on the Mulberry.
Oh,
We'll get
yeah.
into that. They have mountains of stuff going on. So I don't know if they do on the Buffalo or not, but hopefully soon we'll find out. Spring River, DJ Supermoon goes on Saturdays. I'll get his dates. And you float with him.
He posted
That's a different animal.
That's a
altogether.
whole different thing. You know, yeah, don't take the family to that. He does have some that are family friendly, but I wouldn't recommend it.
He also has an Instagram where he posts the dates he's going to be floating on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I know not Riverview. It's not Spring River Oaks, but the one in between there got decimated from there on Spring River. That
Oh,
when that
yes.
flood happened, they said because we were supposed to get that entire campground for we was going to have an event there.
For our subscribers.
And then, yeah. And then the flood happened, and they were like, well, you know, I think they had 5 or 6 cabins. They're gone. Everything's gone. So,
And it's gone.
yeah. So rent your boats. Come by, say hi, see us out floating.
Yeah, and you know
Be
what?
safe.
If you become friends with us, we'll let you borrow your boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got plenty.
And we'll borrow your boat.
They got an armada of ships.
Yeah.
They're the British Empire during colonialism.
We
So
come
they-
we come down with
Yeah.
a fleet for sure sometimes.
And
We
if you
do.
See, if you see us on the river, we'll have boiled eggs.
You'll know.
Yeah, boiled eggs.
Don't
Yeah.
even-
Boiled eggs and hot beer, buddy.
All right, I got to go smoke.
Is that all? Powering off. That's it.
Yep. All right. So,
I guess that's the cue.
Shit.
well, I think we need to say have something we say at the end.
I
Get
don't know.
fucked.
It's like a-
Yeah, all right.
Broken Paddle Canoe Club, fuck yourself. Gangsta Disciples. Almost
I don't think
said
so.
it. Bro. Almost said it.
Stay-
This son of a bitch off?
No.
Is that off?
That one is.
Oh, but it's still recording?
Yeah.
Woo! I about fucked up. Hey, man.
Stay safe out there, everybody.
Hey, bro, you gotta edit that shit out. No, don't. I didn't say nothing bad, did I?
No.
Caimen. I mean,
He said gangster to side.
well, ain't they at a Little Rock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Motherfucking Conway.
Do you think I could get in trouble with the Gangster Disciples for saying that?
Oh, we're gonna get in trouble with everybody. You know, but if anybody listens to this thing,
I don't know, y'all.
Yeah.
He said,
It don't
"Ooh, I
matter."
almost said it. Thanks to the disciples.
Yeah. Yeah, you might. Yeah.
I don't know. It's up to
I don't know. That's a
y'all.
great outro right there.
Yeah.
That was kind of like that Joey Diaz, big dicks in your ass. He was talking to fucking, I don't know. Leave it in there. I don't give a fuck. What are they going on?